really kind of a hard question to answer. When a deceased donor becomes available, their blood type and their tissue typing are put in the computer, and the computer spits out the list of who that person is compatible with blood type and tissue type. And then that list then picks the recipients off the list, and it's based with most time. People with the more time that are compatible will have preference for that organ. How do you accrue time? For most of you here who are on dialysis, it is your dialysis start date. So if you started dialysis on December 1st of 2022, that's when you accrue time. If you have been on dialysis for 10 years and you're just coming for transplant evaluation, your dialysis start time is 10 years ago, and that is your accrual time. If you are not on dialysis, you start accruing time when your kidney function or GFR is 20 or below. We can list you without accruing time if your kidney function is above 20. However, you can be listed with the GFR above 20. That way you're eligible to receive a living donor. Or in some cases, there's like a unicorn kidney that becomes available, which is called a zero mismatch. And people who have zero mismatches get priority, because we know that kidney, since it's a perfect match, will last longer. So here's our biggest challenge. We have way too many potential recipients and nowhere near enough deceased donors or living donors. The green is the kidney waiting list, and then the blue is the deceased donors, and the orange is the number of living donors, and this is nationwide. So how to shorten your wait time? You can have a living donor. You can multiple list, which means you can list at more than one center. The 3 centers in San Diego pretty much have the same area where we get all our offers from. So there's no benefit from listing at all 3 centers in San Diego, because you're just gonna be on 3 lists and getting the same offers no matter what. If you wanna list in Phoenix, or where their wait time might be a little shorter, or you can look up parts of the country where the wait time is shorter and go list there. There's 2 issues with this. Number 1, your insurance has to cover it. And the other thing is you have to be able to go there when they call you and stay there for several months afterwards. So we've had people on our list that have a place to live in Florida, and they list in Florida, and they get on a plane when they go, and they stay there after transplant, because in that part of Florida the wait time was shorter. So they said your insurance has to cover it. I'll talk about donor with risk criteria and KDPI greater than 85% in a minute. When you list at multiple centers, you can also transfer your time to a center. This is not really an issue if you're on dialysis, because if you list with us and you decide you want to go move and be listed in Maine because you like lobster, whatever time you started dialysis, you will take that time with you. And it will be, if you're on dialysis, you will have the same accrual date at any center you list. If you are not on dialysis, you take whatever preemptive time you have with you to any center that you go to. And there's a brochure in there that talks to you about that. But as I said, the whole multi-listing thing gets into insurance. And then if you're moving, you have to make sure you'll have insurance to cover you if you move to Minnesota. Because I had a patient say, I'm gonna go live with a friend in Minnesota, and I wanna transfer my time, and I'm like, but do you have insurance there to cover you? So she had to organize that before she moved.